What is up, everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Tomorrow. Today we're going to be talking about the injuries that we saw take place in Week 4 and some of the ones that we need to keep an eye on for Week 5. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. First off, let's go over those long-term injuries that we really need to keep an eye on as the season progresses. And these are really terrible news for all of these players, but let's go ahead and just run through them. First off, with David Montgomery, running back for the Chicago Bears, he has a hyperextended knee. And while that's not a torn ACL, as we feared, he is expected to miss somewhere between 4 and 5 weeks. And during that time, Damien Williams is likely going to take over carries in the backfield for the Bears. But he also has an injury situation that we need to keep an eye on, and we're going to cover him a little bit later. Now let's move on to DJ Chark, wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He has a fractured ankle and got put on IR and is out indefinitely, which means that Laviska Shenault and Marvin Jones are going to be seeing a few more looks in Jacksonville. Will Fuller, wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins, has a hand injury and is week to week, and he's already been ruled out for Week 5, which means that Jalen Waddle, Devonta Parker, and Mike Gesicki will probably all see an uptick in targets. Rob Gronkowski, tight end for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is dealing with a rib injury, some broken ribs. He missed Week 4 and is very likely going to miss Week 5, but he is expected to potentially return in Week 6. Logan Thomas, tight end for the Washington football team, is dealing with a hamstring injury and is week to week, which alludes to him potentially missing at least a week. So definitely need to keep an eye on him. Now we're going to move into some injuries to watch going into this week. First off, Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. He's dealing with a calf injury, and Garoppolo said himself that he expected to be out a couple of weeks. But the team is a little bit more optimistic that he does actually have a chance to play in Week 5. Now, if he does not play, that means Trey Lance will be the starter for the 49ers. So this is definitely one to keep an eye on. Now, Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback for the Denver Broncos, has a concussion. So he could definitely miss some time if he is unable to get out of the concussion protocol. And Drew Lock would be quarterback for the Broncos if Bridgewater does have to miss any time. Now moving into some running backs, Christian McCaffrey, running back for the Panthers, has a hamstring injury which caused him to miss Week 4, but he might be able to practice this week and make some progress. Joe Mixon, running back for the Bengals, is dealing with an ankle injury, and it was reported that he was week to week, but the team has said that they view it more as him being day to day, which is a little bit more optimistic, so we definitely want to keep an eye on him. If he were to miss any time, it would be Samaje Perine taking over in his place. Now, Elijah Mitchell, running back for the 49ers, is still dealing with that shoulder issue that caused him to miss Week 4, but he is expected to be able to play in Week 5. And then Damien Williams, we mentioned him earlier, running back for the Bears, is dealing with a thigh bruise, and he should be okay, but we definitely want to keep an eye on him. Now, A.J. Brown, wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans, is dealing with a hamstring injury. That caused him to miss Week 4, and his teammate, Julio Jones, also missed Week 4. With a hamstring injury. So we definitely want to keep an eye on both of those Titans pass catchers, see if they're able to get back and going for Week 5. T. Higgins, wide receiver for the Bengals, is dealing with a shoulder injury, which caused him to miss Week 4, but the team thinks that he will be ready to play in Week 5. And then finally, Chase Claypool, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, is dealing with a hamstring injury, which caused him to miss Week 4, and he will need to practice this week to give us any confidence that he will be ready to return. But guys, here's a bit of a review for you of all these different injuries. There's a lot, and they're only going to get worse and worse as the season progresses. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of football. But definitely you can download this and print it out and have it with you so that you can keep an eye on all of these different guys as you set your lineups and make waiver claims this week. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more league-winning fantasy advice and drop us a like and a comment. Check out our Twitter and our Facebook and ask us questions. We will get back to you and answer your more in-depth questions. And also, go check out our other channel, Pretty Smart Sports, where we're talking about all sorts of different sports stuff. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.